So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our series of planets through first house of D10 chart in Vedic Astrology. And this is the chart responsible for understanding your career and business prospect in more detail. Today's video, we are going to be discovering the Mars energy in the first house of the D10 chart and what are going to be the positive and negative results that are specifically associated with this placement. Let's try to find out in this video. Now, the very first thing, the first house of the D10 chart actually represents your professional identity. Okay, first house of the natal chart represents your self identity. It represents your professional identity. Like what is your professional identity wherever you are going. Secondly, this is also the house which help us to understand or help us to study the impact of your own work. Maybe you are working at this level, that level, that level or that level. So what is the kind of impact which your work is producing? So in order to study that impact, first house will going to play a very important role. Even sudden rise and fall in your career, suddenly you are rising out of a sudden and sudden fall in career is indicated through the first house. Even the pattern of your own career, whether you are going to be having a very continuous and stagnant pattern or whether your career is going to be involving lot of fluctuations, lot of ups and downs is going to be indicated through this first house. Now, when the planet energy of Mars is first of all coming in the first house, Mars tend to feel very comfortable here. Because understand one thing here, Mars is here going to be using both approaches to solve the complicated matters and complicated issues. And Mars is not the graha which is more looking for the self-identity here. Mars will be like that, I want to become that kind of a personality that actually have the agility and practicality and mental toughness to solve everything. And that is the reason why this Mars is exceptionally successful. Even in the Kali Yuga, in the 21st century in which we are living actually, the malefics and the more brutal the energy is going to be, the more rigid and hardcore this energy have the capacity to fight with everything actually. So the very first thing, the mental toughness of this Mars is very high. Although there are going to be lot of actual testings which you are going to be seen until its maturity. Like by the time you reach 28, you have fully tested. Life is going to be taking you in such sort of ups and downs in the very beginning stages where you will be like that, oh my goodness, what is happening in my career domain? It's not a very stagnant kind of a career where you are started working and then you are going to retire. No. Mars is going to be actually taking you in highs, highs and highs. It can also take you in the lows and lows and lows, but here it's also depend over the support of Amatyakar Graha in the Dashmansh Kundli and the 10th house lord of the D1 chart, how these two planets are supporting planet Mars. If for example, your Mars is receiving the support of the 10th house lord of the D1 chart and the Amatyakar Graha, planet holding the second lowest degree in the D1 chart, then Mars is going to be becoming extremely non-stoppable kind of energy. This is also the placement which I have seen individuals are becoming exceptionally strong, politicians also. Yes. In order to become a political person, you need to have lot of strength and agility present inside you. So Mars in the first house have the capacity to become good politician also. This is also the Mars where the stubbornness factor is also going to be extremely high. Like at the time, suppose you are having this Mars person as a manager and suppose you are working in a refinery. So this person actually have the capacity to give orders, actually going in the field and solving all the technical issues, technical faults which are created in the machinery and then working in the software also. This is that Mars energy. On the other hand, if that other grahas are going to be there, benefics are going to be there, they are not going to be doing that mundane job actually, because for them protecting the self-identity is becoming very important. Here Mars will be like that, okay, I have pursued double master's degree, double PhD, and if I'm not getting job in my own core domain, don't worry. I'm going to be living my life by doing some mundane activity. I will do hard work. I will do agriculture. I will even do plumbing also, carpentry, all the mundane tasks I'm happy enough to do that part. This is that Mars energy. Because the mindset of the Mars is not here more focused over the creating a self-identity. Mars will be like that, okay, other people, if they are going to be recognizing me as an PhD or as a graduate and I'm doing some mundane task, how other people are going to be looking at me. Mars is not that kind of a graha. Mars will be that brutal energy and that force where it's becoming unstoppable irrespective what kind of a ups and downs which this Mars is going to be facing. Second important point, do check Mars placement in the first house, do check where your first house lord is going. The direction of the first house lord in the Dashmansh Kundli and that lord coming in the Antardasha represent the major ups and downs in the career basically. I'm talking from the timings point of view. With astrology, you can know the timings also, when the sudden rise and fall will happen. Just pick the first house lord. On this, suppose Mars is posited in the sign of Pisces, it's ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter enters when Jupiter is coming in the Antardasha. It represents either there are going to be sudden ups or sudden downs in the career environment. Now whether that change is going to be taking you into the positive manner or on the negative manner, it depends over many factors I will tell you. But from the agility standpoint of view, Mars is becoming very headstrong here. This is also the very good placement if, for example, you are actually wanting to create some impact out of your own work actually. Because this is very entrepreneurial kind of a energy. Mars is also the graha which particularly represent desires actually. The very first thing which will make you successful is your own desire. And Mars is the graha which is creating desires inside you people. And these are the desires to become successful, to achieve something better in my own life. So that desire of Mars is going to be very high in the first house. And then in chasing that desire, Mars tend to sacrifice all the other aspects. Other planets, they will not be able to do that thing. Even Mercury also. Although Mercury in the first is also very strong placement, I have discussed in the previous video. But with Mars, I will tell you this have the capacity to shred down all the other factors in order to take that as a chief objective. And that is also the main reason, if you are not chasing any identity, automatically people are going to recognize you. If you are here chasing after your own identity in the environment, okay, I'm not going to be doing this silly work and then this kind of a thing, it's very tough in the 21st century. You need to become that open-minded kind of a person, just like the Mars energy, like I'm going to be doing everything. There is no preference. I am open to work in the foreign country, India, remote. You can send me in the jungle also, I'm also comfortable in that area. And that is the energy of Mars. One more important thing, the scientific careers in the field of data sciences, particularly AI, robotics, machine learning, is also going to be indicated if this Mars is forming connection with Mercury. Or your Mars and Mercury, if they are very strong in the horoscope, then the future technologies are going to be becoming highly attractive to these people. Because then here Mars energy is looking for the Mercury energy for its companionship. Although they are not very best friends, they are brutal enemies actually. But in the Dashmansh Kundli particularly, I will tell you, the brutal enemies, like they are going to be not destroying each other house in the much greater manner. It's like that I'm going to be doing peace with you if you are going to be helping me in achieving my objectives actually. So if the energies are going to be working closely, they have the capacity to become very good inventor. Inventor mean like inventing something new. On creation, creativity, very good startup people, and even in the field of product business, manufacturing setups are also going to be indicated. I have even seen many successful business people actually with this Mars placement. Initially, they are working with metallic parts. Out of a sudden, that business have suffered huge losses. Person lost everything, but once again, the person have started the thread industry basically. Okay, in practically, I have seen the charts actually with these individuals. So Mars will be like that. I'm not going to be stopping here. If I'm going to be becoming failed in one field, don't worry. Once again, I will pick my energy and I will start actually. I have seen many successful business people, entrepreneurships also, even people that are working in the very risky field actually, where a lot of risk factor is involved. Like suppose you are going on a NASA mission, or you are deeply diving inside the sea, or any construction activities where you require to climb up 100-story and you need to do some risky task. Mars is that a risk manager. It's the appetite of the Mars is becoming very high, because this is also the house which represent the appetite, how strong your appetite is going to be for taking any risk actually. And Mars will be like that, okay, I'm going to be taking all the risk, but here I need the results in my own life. So that result orientedness is going to be very strong with this placement in your own life. So I hope you have gained some deep insights in this particular video with me. If you are having any queries and consultations regarding your career, business, or any other special consultation, just drop me an email. I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Also make sure to subscribe my channel below, hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video, and I'm going to meet you very soon in the next video. Till then, bye bye and Hare Krishna.